now listening to Beyond the Veil, a production of Holosuite Media. Tune in to our live show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The following live broadcast may not be suitable for all ages. The views expressed in this show are solely those of the individual providing them and do not represent the opinion of the station, website, or any affiliated partners. Audience discretion is advised.
Hi there, and welcome to episode 134 of Beyond the Veil, The Secret World. How are you all doing? Are you guys good? Are you guys enjoying the game? I hope you are. Even though there's no, golden events happening right now, but I'm pretty sure that you guys are enjoying it nonetheless. We have a great show for you tonight. With me tonight, I'm Antida. As always, I haven't been here last week. I have missed you guys. We have Az.
Yeah, nice to have you back, Antida.
Sure. I heard the last episode, and I gotta say it was pretty funny. Then we have Griff.
Hi. It is good to have you back, though.
Thank you. And we have Veritas.
Hi.
Hi. How are you all? You guys doing good? What you guys do in the game last week?
Not much actually.
No.
Been
Yeah, 'cause
celebrating
you
Easter.
are. Yeah.
I'm on
'cause
holiday.
I was about to say, you
Yeah.
are enjoying your time off.
I certainly am.
Cool. What about you, Az and Griff?
Well, I've been playing with outfits in preparation for one of the rounds in the IMTSW contest that we will talk about later on. I
Nice.
gotta look at my options in game and then figure out what I want to do out of game.
The cosplay round by any chance?
Yes, indeed. I have a plan. I have partially shared the plan with Janet. Everyone should be scared.
Oh dear me, if you two team up, yeah, nothing good can come of that.
You know what's
It's not
going to
just
happen,
giant
though,
otter
right?
cosplay, is it?
Yeah, I wanted to say. Can it be
That is
anything
so
else?
tempting, but not
What-
quite.
I don't know, I think an otter wearing an Orochi uniform would be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be kind of adorable. Aw.
That would be one hairy Arachi, though. Arachi in disguise. Like, maybe I'll be the one who lives.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to kill off an otter Arachi. That'd be kind of sad.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But there's been so many amazing entries that I've seen so far. It has just been mind-blowing. Like the amount of details that people put into everything, it's just wow, it's beyond me.
Oh yeah, there's that dragon cosplay and the Orochi uniform. Both of them just make me not want to even bother trying. They are so good.
I know, right?
There are
Although
some
you've-
amazing
yeah.
ones.
And
I
so
still
many-
mine
so
is
many-
not.
No, go on,
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, mine is definitely not going to be at that level. I still want to participate just to have fun. And I hope you do too. I hope anyone who wants to does.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
discouraged.
I think there is a surprising number of people that own horse heads, and one of the
Right.
one of the more creative ones I've seen was someone made a Joel Bylos mask.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That one was hilarious. I think was it Cecilius or something like that. Cecilius?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot the name, but I thought that that was pretty cool. So it was basically himself, but he had photoshopped Joe Bylos's head onto his body.
He posted pictures later. That was an actual mask. It wasn't even Photoshop. It was like a printed off mask
Oh,
that he then attached to his glasses.
cool.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, if you go into the forums, he's got a picture of the masks. Or I don't know, he, she, whoever. I assume he from the picture, but anyway, blah blah. One of them, he's got a cat in there for scale. It's adorable.
Yeah, but I do agree with you as there's a lot of people cosplaying in with horse hats. And I'm even thinking, where do you guys get them? I have to admit, I have not seen one. You must, like, wherever I am or wherever I'm in the Netherlands, I have to admit, I have not seen one horse mask to buy. Where do you buy such a thing?
I don't think that's a bad thing though, Auntie though.
Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. I just, unexpected, I guess.
Weird.
I don't know if I needed one. I would wind up going online and Googling because I'm not sure. I guess costume shops maybe.
True. True.
Yeah, maybe party supply stores. Although I don't know, I haven't seen them here for sale.
Yeah. So, of course, for those of you who do not know, yes, we are talking about the IMTSW contest, the cosplay round, which is round 3 or week 3, that we have. That one is undergoing right now. Just trying to see, that one ends on Sunday, correct? Just looking.
The
No, the
screenshot competition
19th.
ends this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So the screenshot, like you said, as that ends this weekend, and that is round 2, and then cosplay round 3. Entries will be accepted up until the 19th of April. So, there's plenty of time still left for you guys to actually, think of something that you want to do, or, just kind of you can get as crazy as you'd like.
9 days. Yeah, we got 9 days, and that's not long for cosplay. I really wish this round, we got a whole month to work on it instead of just the 2 weeks. I suppose they wanted to keep it all uniform, but this one's going to take a while.
Yeah, that is right. So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the round, the next round that was revealed earlier today. And we're going to be talking about the moderator recruitment, and we're going to be telling you what Scriv was up a couple of days ago or a day ago and other stuff that was happening in the game. But first, I would like to talk about a certain event that kind of caught our attention. And it is an RP event, a roleplay event, that is called The Visible Dark, and it's the Investigation RP event. If you go on the forums or if you've seen our Twitter, the cover art, I should say, looks absolutely fantastic. And that's what kind of grabbed my attention, like, whoa, this is pretty darn cool. So we actually reached out to the player who is organizing it. His name is, I hope I'm not butchering your name. His name is Urbos or Urbos. How do you pronounce it?
The first variant is
Urbos.
right. Hmm.
Great. So welcome to the show.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Yeah. So how did this event come about?
Well, actually, I have attended some events made by the Sanctuary, in particular the Chosen One, and Auroris. I hope I'm not I'm pronouncing it right. And I liked them, but I had an idea about making some. I really like those events, and but they were called roleplay events, but there were no actual roleplay in them, because players were just going from one point to another. They came to a certain point, and they have gotten instructions. And some maybe puzzles, and they that led them to another checkpoint. And my idea was to, and that's the thing that I'm a fan. I am a huge fan of Fallout series, and I wanted to make something that would involve the actual role play. In the progression, the things you say, the things you actually say to the NPC, the character, would affect. Is the right word? I'm sorry, English is my not my mother tongue. I can just say.
That's okay. You're doing great.
So I haven't seen. Well, I must. I confess that it's my first event, and maybe I'm better at drawing stuff. It's my artwork than in making events.
So you're the one behind the gorgeous artwork.
Yes.
Very nice work.
Thank you for the kind words about them. Well, so the main idea of this event is to include the actual role play and the actual dialogue that would affect everything that is happening throughout the event.
Yeah, because you mentioned in the information that this roleplay event is planned as hardcore roleplay without limitations. The only requirement is to stay in character if possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so this is actually when you in modern games, yes, I mean in old games like the above mentioned Fallout, when you in the Secret World, when you approach a certain character, you just get involved into the cutscene, you listen to some information, and you go further. But there's no involvement of a character, of the attitude of the NPC to you, and your attitude to him. And I hope to make that happen in the event.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea. So how are you gonna go about doing that? Do you have a bunch of friends that are going to play the NPCs?
Yes, I got my friends from the cable named Eternal Empire, and I came to them, and I said that I have an idea of the event, but actually the Chosen One from the Sanctuary made his event all by himself. He was the only one conducting everybody, and leading everybody through the event chat, but I want my friends to be some persons, some living persons, and that would just live their lives, and the players come to them and come across their problems and their needs, so they can interact with them. And I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay, maybe I remember it later.
So
So-
this event is planned for April 18th, correct? So that is, when is that? That's about 10 days from now, or no, about a week from now.
A week, yeah.
Awesome. And that is, the event will start at 1900 EST.
I have put a link in the all the places I
Okay.
put this event.
So it's
with the
Central
time
European
converter.
time. Is it, or no, it's not. It's actually Central European time +1. So it's GMT +3.
+2,
Or
I guess.
Is it +2?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really bad with time zones, but yeah, you are absolutely right. There is a link at the end of your post, so people can check what time zone or what time that is in their time zone.
And I hope everything's correct. And I remembered what I wanted to say. The main trait of this event will be that everything will happen just like in the real life. I mean, there will be no situations when players, for example, go in different small groups and they come to the same NPC and they talk the same talk and they get the same answers. No. I think that players should stay in groups and communicate very actively through the event chat, because once someone or a group of players come to the NPC and they know what's his problem and what he wants and what he can tell them, what information can he provide, this is over. He's not gonna say that again, because his problem is solved, or he disappeared because of some circumstances. I mean, will be as close to life as possible. This was the main idea of the event.
That
I
sounds
know.
really cool.
When I was reading the description, I was really impressed. There was a section there that you were saying that, you might want to think about how you approach these people, because they're not going to be acting just like NPCs that are going to tell you what you need no matter how you treat them. You've got to think about your approach, and I love that idea.
Well, yeah, but it's a great risk also, because when you plan an event, when you write a plot, you think that there are maybe several ways out of the situation, but actually you can't think of anything that players can say. Maybe they will irritate the character, so he will just rage quit the game. Not the game, but he will say, "Well, I'm not gonna speak to you anymore," or something like this. So it's quite a risk, but I think that this what makes it interesting. I hope so.
Right. So you mentioned a little bit about the plot line. Any particular information when it comes to what kind of RP this will evolve, what kind of storyline you guys will be following, that you can maybe share with the community?
Well, I actually wouldn't like to spoil anything.
No. I'm not asking for spoilers. Obviously, you don't want to spoil it for those who will be participating, but just in general, so that people can kind of see what kind, in what direction you will be taking the event?
Well, I try to keep things as secret worldish as possible. So there's gonna be an ancient legend, an ancient legend connected to my country where I live. It's Ukraine, and I mean, am I answering the correct question? Is this
Yep.
what you asked?
Yep.
Well, yeah. So I tried to. Well, I'm totally fond of what Scrivenomancer, yeah, right?
Yes.
What he does, and I'm very fond of his style. And I tried to make something close to that, but with the specific of my own country, and I tried to involve conspiracies and legends and modern conspiracies and ancient legends connected as it always happens in the secret world. So
That is pretty awesome. Because one thing you can definitely be sure of, that there is myths and legends that every single country has that are unique to them. So yeah, it should definitely be very, very interesting. How long do you perceive, or how long do you think this event will be taking place for? Like when it comes to duration?
well, as I mentioned above, things will happen just like in the real life. So I think that, well, not I think, I suppose that everything will, that events will take place rather quickly. So I hope that we will be done in 2 hours, like something like that.
Nice.
I'm getting the impression that this is a cooperative event, so it's not a competition. Is that right?
Yes, and the main rule for the players is to be as cooperative as it possible. So I mean, it's not a the type of event when you can solo all the progression, because there will be some parts that will require some shooting and company where, well, I know that role players are often undergeared. They are okay that they are in green QL6 or QL7 gear, so they gotta make friends with someone geared enough for Transylvania or zones with high level enemies.
Yeah,
so
I
you really
wanted
got to
to
work
ask.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's what I wanted to ask. Because if it's going to happen over throughout the zones of the secret world, maybe even including Tokyo, is there like a gear requirement, or did you, kind of, that's why you said it needs to be cooperative, where people will have to work together?
well, I think that even if you're a bit undergeared, you can still do something in Transylvania as a group. I mean, if it's quite hard to make something alone, but if there's no particular gear requirement, but there's requirement of teamwork. Well, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but being in group is the best way to proceed through the plot. And we decided to exclude Tokyo because if someone doesn't have issue 9, it would be a shame to.
Yeah, that's true. So this is basically open to absolutely any player of any gear, of any quality level weapon or gear. It can be a newcomer to the secret world who just loves to RP, or it could be a veteran of the game who also loves to RP.
Absolutely, yes. And there's another thing that I would like to to tell, maybe it will be a little spoiler, but actually we started developing this event. The idea came to me last autumn, and it all started with a cutscene in my head. I just imagine a cutscene where it all begins, the whole story. And later on, when the Christmas Conspiracy came out, I was shocked because the cutscene is almost exactly the same as the opening cutscene in the Christmas Conspiracy, but I came up with it first. I mean, I didn't copy that. I know that some players will maybe when they come to an Albion theater, they see it, they'll say, you just played Christmas Conspiracy and you were making this the same beginning to the event, but no, not the same, but very much alike. But I didn't. I thought it this all for myself, and when I saw it, I was really shocked, and I called my Cabal Mace and said said them, "Did you see that? Can you believe it?" And so, a little spoiler, but just to say, I came with it first.
Yeah, I was about to say, you didn't just take it at random. Nice. But yeah, that's the thing. I think it's the beauty of the Secret World. You kind of go through the game and you see so many different things, and it jumpstarts your own creativity and gets your own creative juices flowing. How long have you been in the game, out of curiosity?
I've been playing since the closed beta, actually.
Awesome.
When I saw the visual style of the game, and actually I had a couple of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years, I began writing a series of small novels which were entitled Urbos. It's like the city. Urban, just playing with words, and it was my own world with some secret societies and stuff, and I developed it, and I thought about it there, and I had two short stories about it, and then the Secret World comes out, and I just realized that they made everything that I wanted to make in my own world, but they made a game out of it. So I think that really ideas just fly out in the air, and everything I wanted to visualize, to think about the secret society, the different urban legends, and so on and so on. It was just, this is it. This is my game, and I immediately bought pre-ordered everything that could be pre-ordered, and played since the closed beta.
Nice. So you're basically a veteran of the game. Have you been in the game ever since, or do you kind of take breaks and then come back to the game?
Well, no, there wasn't a week that I didn't play. So yes, I guess I'm a permanent player, and I just recently I was a solo player, and I just a short time ago I joined Cabal Eternal Empire. That helped me with this event now.
Yeah. So you've just recently joined the Cabal. Is it a RP Cabal?
No, it's the most hardcore players I know in the Secret World. They're just crazy about numbers. They do would just some terrifying numbers when they go to the New York raid and so on. But I managed to persuade them that making an NRP event will be it will be cool, and let's all participate. So I guess I'm
Nice.
lucky about it.
Yeah, I myself am not a very big RPer, so my apologies if I'm not asking the right questions. But I do believe as you are role playing, right?
Well,
Griff.
not exactly. I don't like the role play itself. I don't like to be a player, but I am very fond of thinking out, making plots, making stories, making something that people can play later. I am made some live action role play games. I mean, when people just go out in the forest and they take wooden swords and make I don't know. Do you do this stuff in where you are? Live action. I mean, they it's like a cosplay, but role playing, full role
Yeah,
playing.
LARPing.
LARPing, yeah.
Yeah, LARPing. Well, I made several games where the largest game were there were 200 men. There are 200 people. Okay, well, I'm not sure. 200 players were. So I just like to. I don't like to be a player, but I like to make scenarios and
Yeah,
plots and
you
stories.
get actively involved. Yeah, that's
So would-
that's what I like.
Would you say this event would be suitable for people that aren't really into roleplay, or is this more just for the really hardcore roleplay people?
Well, there will be parts in this event that someone will need to talk, and I hope that there will be people talking. But the main but the event is about thinking. I hope that people will like the actual puzzles. So if you even not a role player, you can always help by solving a puzzle, by thinking out what can the group do next. And then the speaker comes to the NPC and says the idea that, well, something like that. I mean,
So if someone's
they will be
go on.
different.
Go on.
I mean, there will be many parts in the event, even some fighting, and the players who just like to shoot something or cut something will be most welcome.
Yeah. So even if they're not really strong with the RP, this would be a good chance for them to, be introduced to RP. They should just come along anyway.
Well, yes, I hope so.
Cool. Sounds good.
That's always nice when you can run something that you can get, a lot of different people involved in. That's a really good plan.
Well, yeah, my main inspiration was as I said, Fallout series, because in Fallout you can start with upgrading your talking skills, or you can just upgrade your shooting and just shoot the way through the game, and this is the approach I miss in many games, and this is what I would like to reproduce.
Awesome. So just to recap, we are talking about the Visible Dark Investigation RP event that will be taking place in-game on April 18th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time, and that is CST +1. We have put the link in the chat. It will also be included in the show notes when we release the episode. You can find more information about it on the forums as well, under the RP section of the forums. Urbos, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show and talking more about the event. I also want to thank you for organizing such an event. It is absolutely great to see the community's involvement in the last year that has just skyrocketed, and it's been absolutely remarkable. You're just one of those people who have stepped up and created something, I'm sure, that will be pretty darn awesome to do. So good luck to you with the event. Hopefully this will be one of many.
Thanks a lot, and I just wanted to ask the players to be gentle, because it's my first event and it's my first attempt to make something in the MMO. And I really hope that you like it, and thank you for inviting. Bye.
No worries. Good luck with the event. We'll definitely reach out to you to find out how it was. Maybe some of us will even be attending. So once again, it is called The Visible Dark. It is an investigation RP event. It's a roleplay event, of course, and it will be taking place on April 18th at 1900 or 7 p.m. Eastern European summertime. Hopefully it will be pretty cool. There's going to be lots of players involved, so good luck and all the best to you.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. So now we're going to be going back to the IMTSW contest. We have already mentioned round 2, which is the screenshot round, which I believe, Griff, did I see your entry? Did you do the entry for the screenshot round?
I did. I've actually, I did that one, and I did finally do one for the audio round too. So yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, did you? Okay. So audio round finished, right?
Yes. They closed submissions to that on the 6th, I want to say, because I got mine in like on the 5th in the evening.
Nice.
Oh, it's funny you were asking me earlier if I didn't RP in game. That was one of the funny things about my submission, because I wanted to do it in character, and I don't actually actively RP in this game. I've RP'd in like pen and paper games, and if you ask me, would your character do such and such, I can give you an answer. But I've never, put something down and put something out there in character. So it was a new thing for me.
Cool. Yeah. You guys know that I had to be away for over a week, and I had actually wanted to participate in the audio round, and I wasn't able to get it done in time. So it's like, oh well, there's gonna be other rounds that I maybe can use my idea. So hopefully.
Well, here's your chance right now, Antita. We'll give you 3 minutes. Go for it.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Oh, wow.
I believe Az was also looking through screenshots for the screenshot round, weren't you?
Yes, that's right. I've got over 1,500 screenshots I've taken from the game. I've managed to narrow it down to 3, and now I can't work out which of them to submit, as they're all really good.
Decisions.
Yeah.
That's...
Even though my Cabal is one of the judges for the screenshot round, I'm allowed to enter myself, as long as I don't vote for myself, because then I'd just be giving myself the prize that I'm donating, which would be a bit silly.
Oh, choosing is tough. That's actually one of the reasons that during the first week I grabbed my personal favorite and I posted it. And even though I've had about 5 million second thoughts because I have better shots, I'm like, no, that is the one I'm submitting because I refuse to spend so much time going back and forth. You've got some lovely ones though. I saw the ones you were looking through. Those are very nice.
There is a huge number of screenshots. I guess, to be fair, taking a screenshot in the game, absolutely anyone can do it. You don't need any kind of, recording equipment or, any kind of additional effort that you need to put in. So it's fairly easy, it's fairly simple. So absolutely anyone with any kind of level of creativity can participate in that round, which is absolutely awesome because then every single player can participate. And I think it can be seen by the sheer amount of entries. I think there's pages and pages of entries already, and the round is still ongoing. It ends. What did we say? In a few days. So yeah. There's still going to be I'm pretty sure there's still going to be a lots of entries. So I think as you guys are going to have a very, very tough time.
Oh yeah, there's
deciding on
over
winners.
150 already.
Wow.
Well, and not just the screenshots themselves, but some of the explanations for why they chose that screenshot are just fabulous. I love seeing the different ways the game has affected people.
Yeah, that's right.
Some people have uploaded like scenery views, others have action shots. Some are for more tender, sentimental moments. I believe there's a wedding, there's a wake, there's a couple of I suppose you'd call them romantic pictures as well. There's a whole range of stuff.
Yeah, that's the beauty, because everybody sees the beauty of the game in slightly different ways. Or, they, as you said, there is like landscape ones. Because one thing that I have noticed, I think we on Beyond the Veil, we had a contest, postcards from the Secret World, where we actually asked players to submit their entries of different landscapes in the game. And it was just absolutely amazing. We also had lots of entries that we have received. The game is absolutely remarkable when it comes to the I want to say the correctness, but that wouldn't be the right word. The correctness of the landscape around us in game. It is absolutely spot on, and it is just beautiful and breathtaking. When you stand in the middle of or on top of a big hill, or maybe even a mountain, you never know, in Blue Mountain, and then you look and you see this sun setting. It is just absolutely breathtaking.
I am in love with one of the angles when the sun sets in Tokyo. If I'm in the water and you see it setting like behind the tower and it reflects off the water, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've actually screenshot that. Every time I stop my character and I don't even think to screenshot. It's kind of like real life.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick. I'm actually jealous at you guys for actually being able to pick or narrow down of to 3 or to any number of the screenshots that you guys have taken over during your time in the game. I have not deleted any of the screenshots that I've taken, and going through them, there's so many different ones that I took, and I just don't know if I would be able to just narrow it to one and then just submit that one. Can you submit more entries? No, you
I
probably
wish.
can only. Yeah, so it's only one, right?
What if
Yeah.
I make another 2 accounts though? Like, pay if I buy another 2 copies of the game, does that count?
I guess it does. It's one per account, right?
Ooh,
Should
but I
be.
haven't taken
Maybe.
them on that account. It's probably fraud some way or the other, though.
And I honestly, I give more props to As there because I did not let myself go through all of my screenshots. I've got a mental file for some of my favorites. I use my screenshots in my blog sometimes. So I only have about half of them organized, but I kind of have an idea of my favorites. So I made myself pick one and just do that. And I didn't even let myself look at the other ones I have.
I have so many screenshots, so many. I couldn't even begin to start going through them.
So you haven't entered the screenshot. Have you entered any round so far, Veritas?
Not yet, no, but because I've been a little bit busy, but the screenshot ones, I was trying to get ones of PvP
Oh,
to
those should be
submit one.
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're in the middle of fighting and trying to take screenshots. But I do have a really good one of a Zerg of Templars in Fusang following a custodian. So, but again, they're like all over the place. I've got them saved on various USB sticks. I'm so not organized.
I almost had a great shot of myself as a Krampus during the holiday stuff in PvP, and
I
I
have
thought I
that.
had the picture. Well, I thought I had the picture, and then I went back and looked at it, and my character was looking away from the screen at that exact moment I got the shot.
I have so many of those. I have so many of those because it just totally amused me. The whole costume was fantastic. But I really need to go through it. But I'm not going to be home, so yeah, unfortunately, I'm probably going to miss it.
Oh, but that's okay. Maybe you can use it in one of the later rounds or something. You know, if nothing else, keep it for maybe future Beyond the Veil contests, because we do have those kind of contests from time to time. So who knows? You might actually win something. Well, then I guess
I
because
can't.
you're on the no, you won't. You'd be able to enter the contest, but just not win any of the prizes.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so you can show off your screenshot skills.
Oh, you have
one
no.
thing. Yeah, one thing that is remarkable to me is you saying that, you take screenshots in PvP during the fighting. It's like when I'm in PvP, thinking of taking a screenshot during a fight, it's like, sure. And that would be a surefire way for me to die instantly. Not that I'm, very difficult to kill anyway. But yeah,
Yeah, you
no.
have to time it. You have to time your moments. That's all I would say. Actually, I have some fabulous screenshots of way back when I first started PvPing on Christmas Day in Fusang with me and a whole bunch of dragons standing in the center with drinking cola cans, the health drinks.
Yeah,
So we were
awesome.
celebrating Christmas in Fusang, not fighting each other. It was really quite funny actually.
PvPers not fighting each other.
No, I know,
That I gotta
exactly.
see.
Oh, it's Christmas Day. We had a truce of about 30 minutes.
Wow, that is long. I wonder who broke it first.
Well, it wasn't me. That's all I say.
Yeah, but you were probably healing at that time, right?
I was healing. Let's just say, yeah.
So Very goes, okay, enough with the truce. Come on, people, I gotta heal someone.
Don't want to confirm stereotypes here, but I'm Scottish, so there was not enough of the drinking going on. So, so yeah, that's when I've been taking screenshots since in PvP. It's for about 2.5 years now.
Awesome. Xander has been showing a whole bunch of cosplay costumes for the round 3 earlier, and you guys have mentioned a number of them, and yeah, they look pretty darn great. And some look like they've been taken in like different hotel hallways and stuff like that. So obviously these guys are attending maybe conventions or Comic-Con, or any kind of event where they are able to showcase their work, which is pretty awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I
I've got to
want.
say, you really want to go look at the dragon. The dragon outfit is absolutely fantastic.
The dragon one was one of the ones before this round was formally announced. I did a Google search just for TSW cosplay, and that was one of the ones that came up, and I went, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, I'd seen that one before. I believe the lady also did Carter cosplay. I think that was how
Oh,
I found the
nice.
dragon. Someone linked me to a picture of a really cool Carter cosplay looking like the issue cover, and then she'd done a whole heap of other things, and absolutely mind-blowing, the talent that some cosplayers have.
Did you guys see the cosplay of the Filth?
Yes, I did. That was another one that I am super impressed with.
Yeah, because one thing you kind of see is that people are cosplaying as one of the three factions in the game: Dragon, Illuminati, and Templar. And so when I opened up this entry, and it was Filth, it was like, holy smokes, yeah. How come, more people are not kind of cosplaying as big giant monsters that we find in the game?
We had a really good Council of Venice one too, didn't we?
Yep, that's right. The white uniform and the blue beret. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So lots and lots of great entries. Hopefully with lots of them still to come.
So who would you like to cosplay as, Antita?
I really would like to create a Templar outfit, simply because I think Templars have the absolute best outfits in the game. Yeah, it would take a lot of work. I've actually Googled just to kind of see the pictures of different cosplays that people have done when it comes to Templars, and they're absolutely amazing. So I would have to be pretty darn creative to have to create something of my own. But then again, my mom is a seamstress, so maybe I could kind of get her involved. What about you guys?
Sounds like an idea.
Yeah.
It's not what I plan on doing, because I have an evil plan that I've mentioned that I'm not about to reveal.
Uh-oh.
If I was willing to either cut my hair or maybe go out and find a wig, I would so do Kirsten. That's not actually what I'm going to do, but that would be a lot of fun.
Awesome. So, just to go over the rules for the cosplay round, that you still have plenty of time to submit your entry. It needs to be in certain formats, like PNG, JPEG, TIFF, or similar format for images. Don't forget to include your forum name and IMTSW hashtag somewhere in or around the description. Of course, you have to link your image. Minor photo editing is allowed for privacy reasons only. No videos are accepted, so only images, and one entry per account. So I guess as you're gonna be getting another account, so you can have two entries.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Yay! All 3. Do all 3 factions.
We had the new round announced too, didn't we? It's not open yet, but we did have the new one announced.
That's right. And that was dun 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 What was it? The background
The
story.
backstory, yeah.
Yeah, so that's that kind of goes hand in hand with role play, right?
Yeah, I think that's the idea here, to get some of the backstory of some people's characters out there.
Yeah. So basically, and the thing is, usually we had three cabals sponsoring a particular round, whereas this round is being sponsored by four cabals: the Horseman Resource or the Horseman Resources. Sorry, I kind of butchered your name, so I'll go again. The Horseman Resources, the Panopticon blah. Why? Oh, yeah. The Panopticon, the Cerberus Solutions, and the Legacy. So those are the four who are also going to be, in addition to providing prizes, they will also be having their say in who the actual winner will be. The backstory round, round 4, will be open from 13th of April through to 26th of April 2015. So for those 2 weeks, you will be able to create your work. Entry guidelines for this particular round are that it has to be your own work. It needs to be fewer than 750 words. And pictures are allowed to help illustrate your story, but will not be included in the judging. So people can get as creative as they want. The only thing is, it has to be 750 words or shorter. So
Which comes up really fast if you've got a lot to say.
I was about to say, it's like, oh, you kind of just get into the story and then it's like, yeah, I gotta close it. So yeah, this one is for the RPers in the game, and it should, considering, do you guys remember that writing competition that kind of took everyone by surprise because of the sheer amount of entries that had to be judged? And I think it was centered around Kingsmouth, if I'm not mistaken. And the writing, during that contest was absolutely amazing. So I'm pretty sure that entries in the backstory round are going to be equally as insightful of the game and just completely and utterly uber creative.
I think that's what you can rely on in this game, is there's quite a lot of creative people. Just having heard Urbus talk, I mean, the amount of work that must have gone into what he's doing.
Yeah. Any event, organizing any kind of event, you do need to do quite a lot when it comes to planning and the logistics of it. And you definitely need help. But when it comes to organizing, because he's almost, it almost sounded to me like he was organizing a mission, that's going to be live in the game. So that takes a lot of planning and coordination. So fingers crossed that everything goes off without a hitch. But even if there is, I'm pretty sure that our peers are, very, very adaptable, and everything will go pretty smoothly.
Oh yeah, for something that ambitious, the players are going to be very forgiving. It sounds like a really cool idea, and if it wasn't at midnight, I'd definitely turn up. Midnight
Yeah, but
in my
what's
time zone, that
midnight?
is.
What's midnight? Come on.
I'll see. It does sound very interesting.
Most definitely. So we're talking about the IMTSW contest, but there's another form of involvement that you can do in the game that has been announced recently, and that is to become a volunteer moderator for the forums. Applications, however, have closed. They were open until today at some time, I do believe. And your names had to be put forward to Tomium. So hopefully, there's going to be some, because there's been quite an influx of new players in the game, especially since the EPE went live, or the enhanced player experience update that we have just recently had in the game. So there's probably a need for a lot more moderators when it comes to the forums. Have any of you guys submitted your names?
I had thought about it. I have helped moderate other forums before, but I wasn't sure if I could commit the time to it, and I also wasn't sure. I'm sure you could still do that and say be on the show, but I wouldn't want to ever be in a position where I felt like I said something on the show that I shouldn't say as a moderator, or,
Yeah.
I'm in a similar boat. I've got previous forum moderating experience for mostly music sites in the past, but I'm also I have been known to be somewhat critical of the game, and that would probably be a bad look if I was a moderator on the forums as well.
I too have had the experience of moderating. I once moderated a role play group of about 400 people. So I know the time that's involved, and I just don't have that time in any way, shape, or form.
And
Cool.
super props to anybody who is going for it. That is so valuable when people will step up and do that, because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of commitment. So good going, anybody who's going for it.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Wonderful. It's really only Psygnosis, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, who's the main moderator, so I imagine his job's quite tough, so anyone that helps him out's quite wonderful.
Well, I've seen some of the moderating he's done on the PvP threads, and that's quite a group of people to try and moderate.
Yeah, they don't
moderating
mince
with a
their
flamethrower.
words.
No. PvPers are not renowned for that. Although we are quite eloquent.
Yep.
There's.
Yeah, all sorts of four-letter words.
We do, yes. Yeah, a lot of them usually, begin with F. Yeah, I know this, yes. Help.
I will say the moderating is quite strict. I've noticed, so that they do try and keep things to a standard, and they stick to it quite rigorously.
Yeah, I think they're quite consistent. But just going back, can I just say PvPers do insult eloquently?
Yeah,
We do it
they're
with
very
such
creative
finesse.
with their insults.
We do it with such finesse.
we should have a contest for the most creative insult that a PvPer has received or given.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow.
I think
seen
those
so
would
many.
be absolutely freaking hilarious.
It's that would be so funny. That would be really funny, actually.
Yeah, I can remember because I've been like playing catch up since I've been out of the game for a number of days. So I've been going over the forums and reading entries, and there was one entry in particular, not entry, sorry, a forum post under the PvP, I do believe, where a player was describing their experience from PvP, being that, asking, okay, am I doing it right now? I'm getting a lot more attention now. And it was very, very eloquently put, their post, describing how, they got into the PvP and they were dying a lot, and, they were just happy-go-lucky just to kind of be there. And then, as they went along, they started getting more and more attention. And they were wondering, okay, does that mean that they're doing it right this time around?
Yeah,
You know?
I think when you get a hat in PvP, when you get a mark put on you, that's when you finally arrived.
Yeah. I have not been there at all. And to be honest, I'm pretty okay with that.
You don't want one of those. You
No.
certainly don't want one of those, no.
No, I do not. Yeah, if you are interested in checking the post, it was started by C plus. Does this mean I'm doing it right? It's under the PvP subforums, and it is absolutely a great read, and the responses are just equally as great. It's funny.
I know the PvP forums are probably not well, I think they're the most posted on. There's quite a lot of activity on them. But I think given that we're quite a small population in Secret World, we do post a lot in the forums, and I do think it's one of the highest forums it's posted on. So they are well worth reading. Sometimes you just want to take things with a pinch of salt, though, and not maybe they do get a little bit vocal, so they can be quite a good read if you're neutral.
If you're neutral. There is no neutrality in the secret world.
Well, certainly not in PvP anyway.
No, you gotta take sides. Come on. All right. So we have moving along to what else has been happening with the game. The next thing that we're gonna talk about hasn't really happened in the game, but it does involve one of the developers. His name is Skriv, our favorite lead writer, Scrivenomancer, who has done a TMI Tuesday session. I do believe that was yesterday, or was it Tuesday? No, it was Tuesday. Yeah, TMI Tuesday. Duh. Riff, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, other than my dorky question asking what his favorite words were, no, that was really nice. There were a lot of questions. I know I had trouble. I was trying to keep my eye on it, and I had trouble keeping up. We got a couple of answers that I wouldn't have expected because they're kind of hinty. I know one of the ones that I noticed was somebody had asked about that running thing with the Orochi trying to pour concrete in Agartha. And the answer that we got back was that the Orochi haven't properly got into Agartha yet. We'll find some of their attempts in the tower.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of things happening with the tower. If only it will just drop on us.
Soon. Yeah, that's really interesting to hear about the Orochi, as we know there's that investigation mission that Rum gives us where in Tokyo, where we find someone who was working for Orochi that were able to get through Agartha. So that's interesting. What project was she working on that was able to get at least one person through?
Dun dun dun. So what other stuff has been talked about or asked?
One thing I noticed was that Cassie is still in the future plans for the game. So I've been on a secret alt character I've been playing through the start of the game again, and I have a lot of questions about what Cassie is going to be doing in the future. And who is Cassie is a huge question that I still don't know the answer to. So that'll be interesting to see her again.
Most definitely.
The last we see, she's stolen Excalibur and ran off somewhere and seems to be significantly more powerful than we thought.
Yeah, and we keep on getting, well, these are not hints by any stretch of imagination anymore, but every time people talk about, maybe revisiting old characters from the Solomon Islands, we consistently get, yep, folks, you're going to be seeing a lot of them. So there's a whole bunch of them. Cassie is definitely one of the characters that we will be seeing more of in the future.
One of the other questions that I tagged as one of my favorites while it was going on, because I was curious, is somebody had asked if they planned on doing anything more with the Fae, because those were kind of a fun change of pace in Transylvania. And the answer there was that we will apparently see supernatural foes not linked with the filth coming up. So that should be interesting. There's so much they can play with in this game, There's so many options.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Tokyo's supposed to end the current filth storyline, so anything that happens afterwards will have to come up with some new enemies, some new big bad.
Big
My
bad
money's on the
wolves.
Morning Light.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, we're going to be talking more about the lore of the game once issue 11 drops and the tower finally gets opened up, and we see what kind of goodies, what kind of new shiny we can get from there.
Yeah, my money is that for every question answered, at least 3 new questions will come up. We'll be left with more questions.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
usually yeah, but that's good. That's good. It just keeps you wanting more and more and more, and it's definitely gonna make the next zone that we go to after Tokyo. It's gonna make it that much more interesting. What do you think it's gonna be?
Well, one of Scriv's answers in this thing was that someone asked him directly about the Congo, and he said that the Congo will play a role in future stories. So that's really the first confirmation of an area that will come up in the future that we've been given. We've all got our ideas like Congo, Moonbase, Antarctica, Shambhala, but this is the first time that a developer has actually said, yes, this is going to play a role. We don't know if it's going to be an actual area we can explore or just something that gets mentioned again, but this is it. This is our confirmation that the Congo is going to play a role, and that's exciting.
Yes, and hopefully, if it is Congo, it's not an urban environment. So it should be in comparison to Tokyo, it should be much easier, or should I just say easier to make. We have found out from the architect's developer questions previously put forward why urban environments are so difficult in comparison to, say, a jungle. So yeah, but I think they've actually done, this entire game is a testament to how well they've actually done urban environments. If you guys remember, there was a whole bunch of pictures that were taken of New York in game and then out of the game in real life that almost looked exactly like in the game, like they do in the game, and it was just absolutely amazing to see.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember someone saying that they could see their real life apartment from New York in the game, and that was impressive.
Oh, very much so. Yep. So yeah, this is. Do you think that this TMI Tuesday is going to become a thing with maybe more developers who are on Twitter right now?
That'd definitely be cool. I mean, Scrib, I would say he's one of the more active. There's also a couple others on there which maybe if people start asking them questions, we might get something out of it. TMI Tuesday, it's very big with the in-character roleplay community on Twitter, which is surprisingly huge on there. There's a lot of people that have accounts, they're not active in the game, but they just love the RP community. And every week you have this TMI Tuesday event, which I don't take part. I just watch what goes on my feed, and it's really quite interesting how well fleshed out some of the characters are.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was kind of wondering if there was gonna be like a forum post or something collecting the questions and answers, because when he was signing off, he was saying, okay guys, I gotta cut this off for curating purposes, and Tomium had thanked him for that from those doing the curating. So I haven't seen anything yet, but I was wondering if they were planning to kind of collect all the questions and answers and maybe throw those up on the forum or something at some point, which would be nice.
Oh, most definitely. Because the thing is, a huge part of the game, I should say, player base, is not in EST time zone or even in the United States. Players of the Secret World come from absolutely every single continent on this planet. Maybe some are from Mars, based on how they behave. But yeah, so even when events are run, you will see that certain events are more populated because there's more people online at a particular time, that time of the day. So collating all the answers and questions into something that can be maybe posted on the forums would definitely be a great idea. Because not everybody, or simply because people might have been at work at that time, so they weren't able to participate. Now, another developer will be taking the spotlight and taking your questions in the Sanctuary AMA. If you guys remember, Joel Bylos had done a Sanctuary AMA fairly recently. And this time around, it will be Glaucon's turn.
He's the developer in charge of the UI. Is that?
Yes.
Is that who he is? Yeah.
GUI programmer. So he won't be able to answer any of the lore questions, but he will definitely be able to ask questions on, how, or answer questions on how the game actually works. Well, I guess it will be pretty handy for modders as well to find out a lot of inner workings of the game.
Yeah, I've probably seen him in the mod forum more than anywhere else.
Speaking of the mod forum, can I interject some news on the mod front?
Mm-hmm.
TSW Database tweeted out a little while ago that apparently we have an updated version of Viper's Top Bar now.
Oh yeah, I saw that discussion.
Yeah. So
that's out?
On the forums, we've got, he says, all right, here's version 2.4.3. Take it for a spin and let me know if there's any issues. That is right at the end of the, in the mods section, the top bar information overload thread, just the last post on there. And
Yeah,
Vipestart says it seems to be working great.
Yeah, because this mod was used by a whole bunch of players, and it kind of got broken, especially after the adjustable GUI came out. Yeah, I actually had to remove it in order to be able to see the changes that have been made to the GUI from the get-go, and just to kind of experience them as they were meant to be experienced. But yeah, so Viper did say that he doesn't really plan on, because he's no longer that prominent in the game. I'm not sure if he even plays the game at the moment, but he didn't want to leave the players, high and dry, so to speak. So he came back to the mods, and he was actually asking the community if any of his other mods have any kind of game breaking issues or where they are completely broken. So he was willing to repair them, bring them up to speed, update them, and then release them. He did say that back way back when he was actually in talks about maybe possibly getting his mod incorporated into the game. That's yet to be seen. Developers have also reached out to him, namely Tilty. So we'll see what comes out of it. Viper did say that he does not intend to keep on updating this particular mod of his. If the inclusion into the game in some way, shape, or form doesn't actually pan out, he will be releasing the source code so that other modders can maybe take it and continue updating it. Which would
That's
be
absolutely
great.
fantastic.
That's good
If
to
there,
hear.
if there was only one mod, I would have to say, for convenience, that you should absolutely have in this game, it'd be Viper's Top Bar. Absolutely amazing convenience mod.
Yes, that's one of the ones, and I had to take it off too. It was just easier with the updates. I'm gonna be really, really glad to be able to put that one back on.
I'm surprised it hasn't been merged into a game officially already. I'm also kind of surprised it hasn't been there since launch. It's that good.
Yep. It definitely is. And there's a whole host of new things that were added to it. Like before, you would have, it would show you at the very top. It's called top bar information. But it had the number of black bullions, whereas now I think this new version actually includes all the currencies that are currently in the game, apart from the credits of Kadora, I believe he mentioned on the forums. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to keep on opening up your inventory and going to, just to check how much of which currency you have, so you can just look it up. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so another update, this time coming from Tilty, the lead designer in the game, on the cleanup of old unused account names. There has been a number of discussions, not only on the forums, but also on this show, namely by Xander, who really, 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 really wants to have an X instead of a Z. But someone took his name before Xander got around to it, so now he's a Xander with a Z. So yeah, Tilty had said in the forum thread that they have actually discussed this issue internally in the last or couple of weeks ago. And they have decided that they will make some of the old unused nicknames available again at some point in the future. That will depend on how the fiddling around with the database that is required will unfold. There will be a warning long in advance so that everyone will get a chance to either claim back or to keep their favorite nicknames. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I can just imagine the rush, once they start,
Oh,
when
yeah.
they say get, set, go, and then everybody is like trying to create new character or rename theirs, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
still
it'll
see
be.
Xander go for it as.
Oh, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this works. There's been a lot of people quite recently on the forums, like new players, saying they had a lot of trouble finding a username that wasn't already taken. And there are a lot of, say, trial players, which, trial keys are being given out like candy, and a lot of people are making their character names and they're not sticking with the game. And there's also a lot of players that have stopped playing since launch, haven't got that far into the game. So this could potentially free up a lot of usernames again.
That's right.
Yeah, depending how they do it. I suppose my suggestion would be just stick the number 1 at the end of someone's an inactive username. Don't have to delete the character, just change it slightly.
Yep, that's one of the suggestions that I've seen as well. Yeah, so there's definitely a few options, and I'm sure that whichever route people take or the development team takes, it's going to be all right. Alrighty, so we've talked about the Visible Dark Investigation RP event, but there is another Illuminati-only social RP event happening on the 12th of April at 4 p.m. at the Labyrinth. It is a pre-tax day networking event that will be taking place 4 p.m. New York City time and 8 p.m. London time. So if you are an Illuminati and you love to roleplay, or you're new to the game, just kind of want to check it out, see what it's about, do join them up. It is happening at 4 p.m. New York time, 8 p.m. London time, on the 12th of April. Alrighty, folks, so that is all the news from the secret world in the last week. We will, of course, be keeping a very close eye on the game, as we always do, and on the forums and the developers and a whole bunch of other stuff connected to the game, and we will be bringing you the hottest news that comes out in the week that's coming up next Thursday, right here on twitch.tv/Whole Sweet Media, our production house. So until then, have a great time gaming, enjoy the game, and enjoy life, and we'll see you next Thursday. Until then, see ya!
Thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Beyond the Veil, a production of Holosuite Media. Join us next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be sure to check holosuitemedia.com and iTunes for our remastered shows and more. You can follow us on Twitter at BeyondTSW. If you have any questions or comments, please send us an email to beyondtsw@gmail.com, and join us next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Beyond the Veil, a place where hilarity always ensues.